Hello and welcome to the next part of training. My name is Dominic and I am a TL and trainer at VIPX. In this part of the training, we will be talking about teachers' basic responsibilities. Let's get started. So, the basic responsibilities of each teacher include having a stable internet connection. Now, this is very important because we are all online teachers. We are required to handle class over the internet. And if our internet is not stable, we cannot offer a stable class. Thus, we cannot be considered reliable teachers. So make sure that you have a stable internet connection. Now, when I say stable, I don't necessarily mean the fastest, but it's enough to handle the load that FC will put on our systems. Likewise, we must have adequate equipment in good working condition. When we say equipment, we mean things like your microphone. Make sure that you have a decent microphone and decent headset. I wouldn't recommend using speakers because the echo that could be created with the speakers could be confusing and distracting for the student, as it often is for us as teachers when we hear students having class without using a headset, only using their speakers. So ideally, we would like you to have a headset with a microphone, but we also accept the earbuds with the microphone inbuilt in them. That also works fine. But what we would like you to do is have it in your ears so there's no echo in the microphone itself if you're using your laptop microphone, and have a decent microphone so your voice is clear and it's not distorted and distracting to the student. Your webcam. You must have a decent webcam. The student must see your face. That's very important. That will really help with the connection in the class. Make sure that you have a decent webcam that is clear, so they can see your face, they can see your whole work area as well. You must have your webcam on at all times in class. If you do not have your webcam on, it could be considered a failed class, which will be discussed in a further training session. And lastly, you must have a good working computer. FC can be very demanding on our systems. So it's very important that our computer can meet those demands. Make sure that you understand what your computer can and cannot do prior to having class. It's very important that we are not limited by our technology as teachers. Rather, it should aid us in improving our teaching style and helping our students learn. So please make sure that you have checked your equipment, your headset, your microphone, your computer, and your internet connection. These are very important in having class. Failure to deliver a lesson due to equipment problems such as your headphone or your internet or microphone, your computer, will result in a possible warning. Please be aware of that. It is not an excuse that we accept if your equipment is not in good working condition. So please make sure that you have everything under control before you start taking classes. Our basic responsibilities, our daily duties include putting our students first. This goes for all employees at VIPX, whether it be TLs or trainers or teachers. Everyone puts the students first. It is the company philosophy, students first. So whatever is happening in your life or whatever is happening at work, please put your students first. For instance, if we have a training session but we have a class in the middle of this session, we will stop the training and go to class and then come back. That's how important our students are to us. So I hope they will also be that important for you. Put your students first above all else. Number 2. Refresh your portal frequently. This is very important because there are times when administrators or admins will add classes to your account or take them away. So refreshing your portal will keep you up to date. Do not rely on FC. Rely on your portal to show you what classes you have or don't have at that time. Refresh at least every 15 to 20 minutes if you don't have a class. Keep refreshing because there are times when the admins will give you a subclass but will not tell you about it because they're too busy. Maybe they don't have time to message you. It is your responsibility to make sure that you refresh your portal to stay updated about all classes that are happening within the day. Number 3, be prepared to substitute. As I said earlier, admins may put subclasses into your account without letting you know. They may be too busy to tell you that they've put that in there, or they may have thought that you have had enough time to do this. So please go ahead and refresh your portal to make sure that you have all the information that you need for that subclass. A substitute class may occur at any time. It could be because a teacher has equipment problem, or a teacher has an emergency that's stopping them from reporting into shift. In that case, admins will transfer those students into other teachers' portals should they have time. If you don't have time, if you have no available time within the day because you're fully booked with students, they will not give you a subclass. Subclasses only happen with teachers who have available teaching slots. Number 4, attire. Make sure that you are wearing the company branded t-shirt, which you will have ordered through the Teespring account, or which you will have sourced locally if you are living outside the United States. It's very important that we wear this, as this is part of the company branding. This is part of our company image. So make sure that you have those t-shirts ordered and you have your TLs updated when you are put into your teams. Complete your weekly work assignments. I will go through these with you in a bit, so let's talk about that a little bit later. But yes, complete your weekly work assignments, or WWAs. Submit work as requested as per deadlines. There are times within the semester that TLs and admins do require us to complete certain tasks like lesson plans, and we must have those completed by the deadline set by our TLs and admins. Number 7, follow basic directions from admins and TLs. If admins ask you to leave a class, leave the class. If they tell you to enter a class, enter the class. The same goes for your TLs. If your TLs ask you to do something, please follow their instructions. These are to help with the basic operations, the day-to-day operations of the team as well as the company as a whole. So please make sure that you follow those directions. Okay, so now let's talk about the WWA, or the weekly work assignment. The WWA is basically our bulletin board where we post all important information that is relevant to all teachers and TLs throughout the week. Both REACH and HE teachers will have the WWA, although REACH and HE WWAs are different from one another. So, WWAs contain important information, reminders, dates, admin requests, and messages and requests from our TLs. As I said, it's like the bulletin board for reminders and things that have been affecting teachers a lot during that week. If it's included in the WWA, it's because it's a problem or a good thing that has been happening with a lot of people throughout the week and is put there as a reminder to guide or coach the other teachers until the problem is solved. Number 2, WWAs are distributed at the beginning of the work week in Ding by the TLs. Our work week starts on Tuesday, so the WWAs are distributed then. Make sure you look out for that. Teachers are required to read the WWA at the beginning of the week. Okay, so when the WWA is distributed by the TL, it's very important that everyone reads the WWA, because the information in there is often critical to the operation of the team as well as the project as a whole. So make sure that you read the WWA to stay up to date with all information going through the teams. Number 4, all work must be submitted to the specific person by the deadline specified. If there is work that needs to be submitted, it will be listed in the WWA, and it will also have there in the WWA where and to whom you should submit the work to and by when. Usually it's by Sunday at 2200 hours of that work week. So make sure that you are aware of the deadline and to whom you must submit the work to. And requests for work not submitted will be emailed to the teacher and copied to the team department. So when a teacher doesn't submit the work on time, the TL will email the teacher asking them for the work, and they will also CC team department to make sure that they are aware that the teacher has not submitted this work. It's very important that we submit work as directed by our TLs and admins. It is part of our job, and we are not only teachers, but we also have to create the materials that we use for our classes. So make sure that you do follow the instructions in the WWA. So now, as you can see, I have here the example of what a WWA looks like. As you can see, there is some information here that is critical to teachers, such as retention bonuses, the admin messages. Also on the next pages, we have the emergency leave procedure, things that are affecting teachers, many teachers, something that we feel that would be beneficial for all teachers to be reminded of. So we remind them of these things, such as time management, which is very important. A lot of teachers are either late or under time for their classes because of poor time management, so we often have to remind them of that. REACH and HEWWAs often contain very similar information in the sense that it is something that is affecting a lot of teachers, and they have to be reminded of this. And at the same time, we have to help other teachers understand that these things either need to be followed or should not be done in class. So please make sure that you do read your WWA. And that's it for our basic responsibilities. Please make sure that you go over this video again if there was anything that you did not understand. And please make sure that you do answer the questions before moving on to the next part. Thank you very much for your time and have a great day. See you in the next video.